In this video, I'm going to do a full analysis on Tesla. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at and show you that if Tesla does this one thing, most people are going to think something. I want you to think differently, and that's what's going to be the difference between someone losing money and someone making money trading Tesla. So let's dive on into it. This is real life trading. We have been around for over 10 years helping others learn how to trade the stock market. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot because we teach you how trading actually works. We're not here trying to pretend like no one ever loses. We're here to help you navigate the losses, stand back up, and start printing money in trading and doing it in a safe and consistent manner. Check out the links down below for some free trading courses. Come join us. Hang out with us. Let us help you on your trading journey. Now, what about Tesla here? Well, I believe that Tesla could potentially be getting a little bit of a pullback if certain levels break here. And whenever these levels break, I think a lot of people are going to be running for the woods. I don't want you to be one of them. Yes, it's not going to look super bullish here on a daily chart. Yes, this is starting to look a little bit like a head and shoulder pattern, which is not very great. But if you just zoom out to a weekly chart, we have now strongly closed up above a huge resistance. The EMAs are sitting a little bit lower. I think as soon as people start going bearish or start exiting their long positions is when Tesla is going to start to rampage bullish. So I am looking to buy around 320 down to around 300. I'll simply just be watching price action on a smaller time frame when it gets into that level. Because yes, we could be getting a pullback on this, but I believe there is a lot of bull demand here based on the price action that Tesla's already experienced over the last month. It's been extremely bullish. One thing that's getting me to think that we're actually going to be getting a pullback is when the markets are running. They are breaking out of their consolidation. Tesla's not really going anywhere. It doesn't mean that Tesla can't go anywhere, right? It can run still. These levels are looking pretty good to hold, but there's a lot of weakness. Again, market's running, things are strong, nice gap up on Tesla, and it's just not going anywhere. Not to mention, the bulls have not held a new higher low. We've actually come back down and visited their old higher low, which is not great. Strong bull markets, you want to see higher highs and higher lows. Whenever a stock fails to come in at its higher high right here and then revisits its previous higher low, that is your first warning sign that yes, it can go higher, but there's an underlying weakness in this area for the bulls. So even if it does bounce, a lot of bulls that see this, they tend to exit back up at this previous resistance, and that's what causes a head and shoulder. So we're getting that same thing. Bulls should have been right here. They weren't. It dropped all the way down to where the bulls took control last time, and then look, this rejection the other day was exactly off of the area where the bulls should have bounced, right? Old support becomes new resistance. And so this to me looks like this could potentially be dropping, but this is an opportunity in my eyes on Tesla. Is it a guarantee that it wins? No, nothing in the markets is. But if we look at our risk reward up here, my stop's gonna be down here. This is a 1-to-1. If I just simply move my entry down to where we're talking about, that is almost a 5-to-1 risk reward with the same stop, the same targets. The only difference is instead of chasing it up here, I wait for everyone to start getting a little bit of a question mark. The best time to buy is when there's a little bit of uncertainty. But if you just zoom out to a bigger time frame, you can get your certainty. The markets are always going to move in this S-curve type pattern. So strong move up, claiming ground. We're going to get a pullback with a very high probability, 60 to 70% chance that bulls step back in and we at least pull back up into its previous rejection area, which would be right up through here. High probability of that. And so when it comes to Tesla, it very rarely pulls back. And when it does pull back, it likes to go a little bit lower than you think. And so that's why I gave it a little bit of a bubble on this, because 320 area would be the most, it makes the most sense for bulls to step in. But I could see Tesla pulling back even more, scaring a few more people, and working back into this untested area here around like 270, 280 potentially even as well. And that's why you notice my stop is way below 240, because I believe that anything above 240 right now, the bull should be here. I don't want to put my stop in too tight just to get stopped out and then have it run to target a week later. Stop placement is key. So I'm looking at Tesla right now and I'm saying, look, there is some weakness here. People are going to start to freak because they started to chase this. I want to plan ahead. I want to be getting in when everyone else is getting out because I know that the bull structure has not been broken. It just is pulling back. It'll probably be a steeper pullback than we think, and then a bounce. Does it have to pull back at all? No, it doesn't. Tesla can definitely get running, and this is an extremely strong move. It has tested. Now, there are some signs that I warned you here on. It's not looking amazing. But if we start getting some strong closures back up above 370, this could be bringing in a new high, which then should open the door for higher lows to come back in. This resistance, though, is extremely strong, and it would make sense that even if we do get a little bit more of a bull bounce, it's going to pull back because on a weekly time frame, we're going to need this pattern to play in, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So if you can be patient on this a little bit and then just start leaving notes on your chart. Look, Tesla's going to be scary. It's going to be pulling back, and you're going to have to buy it. Leave notes on your charts. That's exactly what I do right here. Strong buy on Tesla at 300. Why do I put notes there? So that when my alerts are going off, I wrote this note, I think all the way back when the gap happened, back at the start of May. Right? I wrote this note so that whenever this thing's pulling back, I can remind myself this sentiment. Right? This sentiment hasn't gone away just because we're having a pullback. It is very strong. It's an untested area. I love this spot if Tesla can get there. The 200's there. EMA, we have so much support. It just makes a lot of sense. And I'm also prepared for Tesla to do a little bit more than what we think and pull back a little bit harder than we want and then a bounce. That's why my stop will be in the correct place. But to me, this looks like a great opportunity. And guess what? You'll know that you're right or wrong very, very quick. If the bulls are not putting in lower wicks over the next 2 weeks or so, once it gets into this area, I can bail and I can cut. It's a very great place to be able to lose small and win big because what is our reward? Where would the targets be at here if Tesla gets moving bullish? So if Tesla pulls back into where I think it's going to, when everyone's getting out, this should be a really good spot for Tesla to start to pull higher. First stop is going to be the high up here, around 366. If we can close back strongly across 366, then I would imagine that we could be going back up into this 500 to 475 range again. And that is a monster return. Buying around $300, getting out around 500-ish it's really good. That's what it's all about, my friends. Seeing the momentum, building a plan, building a strategy, giving yourself opportunities to get into the best risk reward when everyone that chased is going to be losing. The patient that's going to step back in, as Warren Buffett says, he buys when there's fear and worry and people are losing because he understands this one concept. He understands the fact that when people see this big move up, they buy. I don't want to buy when the markets are running up. I want to buy when the markets show me their hand. This run up is them showing me their hand. Now I need to plan my entry so I can get the right risk reward. When everyone that chased is losing, I'm buying in and we can see if this thing will play out. There's about a 60 to 70% chance that we will find some type of bulls through here and that we will revisit back up into 375. Still a fantastic return. If we're looking at this here percentage-wise, that is a 33% return that we'll probably get extremely quick within a month, 33%. And if this thing can get moving up into where my final target would be on, where I think it can get to, we're looking at about a 70-ish% return very, very quickly. So huge opportunities on Tesla. Don't fall victim to the ones that are thinking that this is crazy, crazy bearish. It's not until we start taking out the 250, 240 mark. If we're not bouncing by then something's up and that's where you cut. Take your loss and plan the next trade, my friends. You should be putting on very, very small size. If you're trying to get rich and make money on this, you're doing it the wrong way. You need to be putting on 1 to probably 3% of your trading account max on this one trade because I don't know if this one trade is going to work. No one does. So put the size on where you're okay. If you lose, you still have a large trading account. If you win, you have a little bit bigger of a trading account, right? I'm trying to make I'm trying to risk 1 to 3%. I'm trying to make about 2 to 6% of my trading account. Slowly but surely, just chip away at it. That's the best way to trade. So I hope this analysis here on Tesla helped you out a little bit of what I'm seeing because I am seeing a lot of weakness here on a daily chart. And I would not be shocked at all if we do start seeing some selling coming through on Tesla. But it is a buy the dip opportunity in my opinion. So take advantage of it. Check us out down below, the links, free courses, come trade live with us, come trade live with me every single week. Let's change your life and get you the profits you're after. See you guys.